We will go on the record, it's possession of THC.
I know, I just want to make sure he has his complaint.
We'll go on the record in the matter 26 CM 25, State of Wisconsin versus Jacob Ford. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Ford appears in person with counsel Joel Feliski making a special appearance on his behalf here today. We're set today for an initial appearance. Is this a case that we can get an offer right now or proceed normal course?
This is one where we sent a letter offering participation in our THC diversion program, but never got a response. If you completed it, we dismissed the case. Is there any interest in that?
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that, Jacob. All right. So what we're going to do here today is I'm going to schedule you for another date, just like the guy who was right before you. Okay. And so I'm going to schedule you for May 27th at 1. When you're done here, you're going to do just what that gentleman did. And you're going to go to the district attorney's office and you're going to talk to Shannon. All right. She's going to give you all the things. It's a very quick program to do, but make sure you do it right away. And then you won't need to come back to court. Okay. All right. So you can come get your notice and you're free to leave. Jacob, you still on Skylight Drive? Can I get an updated address? East Cedar and Webster. And I am going to need a telephone number too. Do you have one? All right. I'll give it to you. Okay. Well, let's just do it. Okay. Address? Because you can it or not. Because that's fine. I gotta open it up. It automatically closes. All right. 7358 East Cedar in Webster. Okay. Telephone 715-416-4099. Okay. All right. All of you are waiting for Mr. Feliski? Is that a yes? No? Who are you, sir?
Mr. Pearson, Timothy Pearson.
Timothy Pearson. Come on up. I appreciate your attire.
I'm on my way to work.
What do you do?
Security supervisor at Danbury Casino.
Nice. Nice suit.
Thank you.
We will go on the record in the matter 26 CM 45, State of Wisconsin versus Timothy Pearson. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Pearson appears in person without counsel. We're set for an initial appearance, but is there an offer that can be presented or are we going down normal course?
We sent a letter to the address, but got no response. For this one, we have a THC diversion program where if he's interested, it would result in dismissal of the charges. Is that something you'd be interested in?
I am interested in that.
Same script that we have had for the last two people. And you want to do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule you for that May 27 at 1 date.
Okay.
You're going to go talk to Shannon in the DA's office, get all the stuff, do the program as quickly as you can. And once you complete that, you do not need to come back to court on that 27th.
Okay. Perfect.
You can come get your notice and you're free to leave.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, thank you. Who are you? And you're waiting for Mr. Feliski? Or no?
Toner is running out, so I just keep making sure that he can read it.
Why don't you come on up? Deandra Carillo. Deandra Carillo. We will go on the record in the matter 26 CM 40, State of Wisconsin versus Deandra Carillo. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney, or excuse me, District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Ms. Carillo appears in person without counsel. We're set here today in this matter for an initial appearance. Ms. Carillo, did you receive a copy of that criminal complaint?
I don't believe so.
Mr. Schmidt will get you a copy. It has 4 charges and I'm going to go over them with you and then we'll see where we're going to go from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you see those charges.
Yes, Your Honor.
Count one is operating with a motor vehicle while revoked. It's alleging on or around February 13, 2026 in Burnett County, Wisconsin, while being a person whose operating privileges have been revoked pursuant to Wisconsin law, you did operate a motor vehicle on a highway during such revocation period or thereafter. And that revocation resulted from an offense that may be counted under Wisconsin law. A maximum possible penalty could be a fine of not more than $2,500 or no more than 1 year in the county jail or both. Count two is failure to install ignition interlock device. It alleges the same date, the same time, the same place. You failed to have an ignition interlock device installed as ordered by the court. Maximum possible penalty could be a fine of not less than $150, but no more than $600, or imprisonment not more than 6 months or both. Count three, possession of THC. It's alleging the same date, the same time, the same place. You knowingly possessed a controlled substance, THC. Upon conviction, you could be fined not more than $1,000 or imprisoned not more than 6 months or both. Count four, possession of drug paraphernalia. It's alleging the same date, the same time, the same place. You knowingly possessed with a primary intent to use a metal grinder and a glass smoking pipe to store and smoke a controlled substance. Upon conviction, you could be fined not more than $500 or imprisoned not more than 30 days or both. Do you understand all of those counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea will be entered on your behalf. You are entitled to a jury trial. You would be entitled to a speedy trial should you request one. Still on Eagle Feather Drive.
Yes, Your Honor.
May I get a telephone number, please?
715-471-0958.
May we send you text message notifications?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Schmidt, is there an offer that can be presented?
The offer in the case would be plead to OAR and IID for the DNA surcharge on each totaling $400.
Okay, so plead to the operating while revoked and the failing to install ignition interlock device for costs
Yes,
and dismiss the other two.
correct.
All
And
right.
the basis of this is it's not possible for her to get a license till at least December.
Okay, so go ahead.
Sorry, I just have a quick question. I didn't know I had my license there for a minute. I paid the AODA thing in Aurora and all that, and I had my license and I didn't know I didn't have it until I got pulled over. But I am okay with the
You
deal.
want to accept that offer?
think so, unless there's a way I don't even know how to get this thing. I'm sorry, I'm not really,
The ignition interlock device?
yeah, I don't know who to talk
You
to.
would need to, and you still have to do it, even if you plead to these charges.
Yep.
Go talk to Amy at the clerk's office. She is our guru and has all of the information of all of those types of things. And she can tell you, and you can also get a half price application where you fill that out and I sign it and you can get it for half price because you still need to do that. I don't know what else you need to do. It sounds like you went to Aurora and you did that. Usually there's steps after that, and it sounds like those weren't taken. So you may need to redo the Aurora thing. I'm not sure on that,
Okay,
but what you would need to do is you can either talk to the DMV. You can ask Amy, she might be able to find that out there,
okay,
or you call Aurora and you ask them if you completed all of their steps at least. Okay. And so you're here without an attorney. Do you wish to have an attorney or do you want to represent yourself?
I'm not sure. I don't know if should I, do you think I should? I don't know.
I can't give you that
Okay,
advice,
sorry,
but what I can do is give you some time to think about it. Okay.
okay,
So either you can come back and say, you know what, Judge, I accept that offer. I want to do it right now. Let's get her done. And I can go ahead and take your plea. If you say, if you want an attorney, I'm going to expect that you have at least applied for the public defender or you have an attorney before you come to the next hearing. Okay?
okay. Your Honor, sorry.
Do Do you have something else?
So for those two, it would just be 400 for both of those. I'm sorry, I don't really have a job right now. I'm just trying to go for the cheapest route. So,
And it's not gonna be cheap to get your driver's license. It's
oh no,
just
I'm not talking about,
I
I'm sorry,
know,
it's just the
but
fines.
Even the ignition interlock device, and I'm not sure if you said DNA surcharge only.
Yes, and part of that is because of the reason her license is suspended is she hasn't paid off the OWI fine originally from Washburn, which is like
Thank God.
$1,300.
That's why. So
Okay,
I saw your
Sorry.
words there, and your words are not
Sorry.
appropriate in court, and I know you mouthed
Yep,
them,
sorry.
but
I'm sorry. Your
that's
Honor.
me admonishing you to say, I get it, and I understand that's a lot. So it's but what, you know what you could do, and I'm not giving you legal advice. You can call Washburn County and see if you can get on a payment plan. At that time, they may be able to release your ability to get your license back, and it may be cheaper, but you're going to have to make that payment plan. Otherwise, they're not going to work with you. Okay?
Okay.
So why aren't you working?
I actually just, I don't know if I don't know what happened. I was sick and I got terminated from A&W just the other day.
Okay, so you're gonna look for another job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's good. So you're not just sitting down doing nothing
No.
and eating bonbons and watching soap operas if they
No.
exist. Okay, so that's good. So here's the deal. I'm gonna set it for a date later in time. You're gonna call Washburn County and see what can happen there. You're gonna talk to Amy before you leave and see about the ignition interlock device and the half price thing. All right? You're going to, I'm just gonna say, and call the DMV and see if there's anything else you need to do. All right? You're gonna let me know. And then if you wish to accept the offer at the next time, I'll go ahead and take your plea. And he is recommending to the court only the DNA surcharge, which is mandated. So that's 200 per. So that's 400 total. And payment plan would be fine. With the caveat that you probably heard or you know that I follow that very carefully, and I will issue a warrant if you miss a payment. Okay? And you could sit up to 6 months in jail. So this is a Mr. Schmidt. How long would you think you need to think about it and get those things done? A couple weeks?
yes, Your Honor.
How about April 21st at 1:15? Okay,
That works, Your Honor.
April 21st at 1:15. Make sure you get all of those answers. There's a pen there if you need to write down and remember all the things that you need to do. You can come up here when you're done and you'll get that date and time in a printed form. So you'll have that. Just, I want to make sure that you do all of those things so you can come back and update me, okay?
Payment. I'm sorry, do I get up or? Okay,
You can come
sorry.
up.
Do you just want to sit back down?
You're free to go.
Okay.
Just go talk to Amy. Talk to Amy. Go right out there and talk to Amy. We're supposed to, I don't know where he went. He confirmed this morning he will be here at 1. And I don't know. Do I issue a warrant for the attorney and the defendant?
But he can't fish.
He's out fishing for them walleyes.
He's fishing for the walleyes. We will go on the record in the matter 21 CM 112, State of Wisconsin versus Angie Jones. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. We have Ms. Jones in person without counsel. We're set here today in this matter for an initial appearance. This has been charged as resisting or obstructing an officer and an OWI second allegation. Ms. Jones, off the record, you stated you do not want an attorney. Is that correct?
I don't think that I need one. I think
You have every right, constitutional right, to represent yourself. So you can do that. I do have to let you know that with the resisting or obstructing, the state would have to prove on or around January 28, 2021 in Burnett County, Wisconsin, that you knowingly resisted an officer while an officer is doing an act in an official capacity and with lawful authority by failing to comply with law enforcement commands. If you were convicted of that, you could be fined up to $10,000 or imprisoned up to 9 months or both. Okay, so do you understand that part?
Yes, I do.
With an OWI second, that is, it's different than in Minnesota, all right? Called DUIs over there, they're OWIs over here. The way Minnesota handles them is completely different than Wisconsin handles them. With the OWI second, that means that the state would have to prove the same date, time, and place that you were under the influence of an intoxicant, and it would be your second countable offense. That's a misdemeanor. Upon conviction, you shall be fined not less than $350, but no more than $1,100, and imprisoned not more than 5 days, but no more than 6 months. So that means this is a jail sentence of at least 5 days. All right, so do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And so knowing that, do you wish to seek an attorney, or do you can still represent yourself?
I'd like to still represent myself.
All right. And so with these two counts, you wish to plead not guilty, correct, at this time?
At this time, yes.
Okay, not guilty pleas will be entered on your behalf at this time. You are entitled to a jury trial. You would be entitled to a speedy trial once you request, or if you request one. I have to ask you a few questions, and I'm not trying to be rude or picky or anything like this, but how old are you?
48.
Can you read, write, and do you understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And any mental illnesses or
This is one of those moments that shows why courtroom language matters. The prosecutor just laid out a plea offer using legal shorthand, but notice how the judge immediately switches to plain English. That's not just good communication. It helps make sure the defendant understands exactly what rights they're giving up before making a decision. Now here's a question for you. If you were facing charges without a lawyer, would you feel comfortable making this kind of decision on the spot?
disorders?
No,
Anything interfering with your ability to comprehend or understand things?
no, Your Honor.
Do you understand that a lawyer goes to law school to be able to learn the law and learn how to negotiate and look for defenses, or if you don't have any defenses, and make arguments and those types of things? Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So do you understand that there are certain disadvantages to not having a lawyer?
I do.
Okay, I just need to ask those things to make sure. At this time, is there an offer that can be presented, Mr. Schmidt?
Yeah, one sec.
Or do you need some time to think about it?
The offer would be if she entered a plea to the OWI-2, we'd DRI the resisting, we'd find the refusal to be reasonable, and we'd use the lowest guideline.
All right, so in English, you want to understand, want to know what that means, or do you understand?
If you wouldn't mind, I would
Nope.
appreciate that very much.
There's a lot of legal jargon, and that's why lawyers are lawyers. Sometimes legal language is even complicated for lawyers. What the offer is to plead to that OWI second charge, okay? And to dismiss and read in, so to dismiss that other charge of the resisting the officer, which is that other misdemeanor. In this case, there's an allegation that you refused to provide any PBT, to do field sobriety, those types of things in this. And so under Wisconsin law, a refusal could be serious. They can try you on the refusal and that would need to go first and then try you on the OWI second. But they are saying that right now, if you accept the offer of the OWI second, dismiss that other